can be many very different people. She is a friend. She is a pal. She is the person we tell our secrets to. She is the person who understands us the most, and the person who makes us feel important. She is the one who shares our dreams, dries our tears, and who treasures our love. She is simply, in a word, Mom. And we are celebrating Mother's Day today with 3 great local talents and their moms. Please help me welcome from Channel 4, Sally Ann Roberts and her mother, Lucy Marion. The great jazz singer Lillian and her mom, Gloria. And finally, local actress, wise, crazy woman, Becky Allen, and her mother, Murtis. We are going to take it right from the top. I think that one of the things we often hear our mothers say is how proud they are of our daughters. So from the daughters, I want to hear how proud you are of your mother.
Oh, I'm so proud of my mom here. Lucy Marion Roberts has just been a light in my life. I'm not going to get schmaltzy on everyone here, but this is the woman who taught me such things as if ifs and ands were pots and pans, there'd be no need for scrubbing. And the one that I use with my daughter all the time, pretty is as pretty does. Oh. We've all heard those, I think. And I could go on and on. But what I really admire about my mother is that she has truly lived the life that she has preached about. She's a very accomplished woman, but the accomplishment, I think, is in her spirit, her constant optimism. When I call my mother, if I'm feeling down, I can find a sense of, a source of strength and a source of help. And it comes from her background. My mother grew up, I guess her background's very similar to people who are watching this. She grew up during the Depression. And one of my favorite stories, I only share one of them with you, I can promise you. But my grandmother told me this, that they were seated around a table in the basement in Akron, Ohio on a very cold winter night. And they were seated there eating their dinner, very small fare. And they were in the basement because it was so cold they were around the stove. And my mother, who was about 5 or 6 at the time, chimed in and said, I have a little song in my heart and I want to sing it. And my grandfather said, oh, hush, Lucy Marion, and eat your dinner. But she was not dissuaded. She ate her dinner very quickly, and then she got up and put on her coat and rushed outside and then knelt on the cold ground and began to serenade her family through the kitchen, through the basement window. And that's the kind of person that she is. I mean, even in the hardest, the most difficult times, she's always remained cheerful. That's Mom.
Oh, nice. Now, somebody who had to have had a song in her heart was the woman that bore this magnificent lady. And you're proud of your mom.
Oh, I'm very proud. And I think it's not just me, but it's the 10, they say, siblings that she's made. And I think that we're all proud of her because as far as in my career and in my rearing up, she's been supportive of all 10 of us. And, you know, they say one apple spoils the whole bunch. She spoiled all 10 of us. And we didn't, you know, it was something that I think we were speaking about this last week. They were talking about Christmas time. And with 10 kids, you would say, oh, man, it must have been hard for you to get the things you wanted from Santa Claus. You know what I mean? Yeah, well, we thought Santa, I still believe in Santa. You know, he still comes to my place, yeah? Because we didn't, every day was Christmas for us. Because there was always something special that they gave to us in our hearts, you know? So for me, if it wasn't for my mom and my dad and my family, really, I think that
what is the quality, though, about her that was able to make 10 children feel special individually?
She gave us the one thing that I think is the most important in the world. She gave us love, and she taught us love. She taught us what it was about. You know, God is love, and she gave it to us from the time that she conceived us till now. So there's not much more than that. That's my mom.
You know, the wildest, craziest person I think I've ever known in my life, but definitely in the greater New Orleans area, is Becky Allen. I was dying to meet her mother. Who could have created this incredible woman? But I think it is very interesting, and I did not realize this, that you have two older brothers, but significantly older.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, this jewel was born.
The mistake. Oh, but she certainly had a good time. I spent my whole life, like I was telling them, with Shirley Temple curls and you know, things, pinafores over my dresses, and every place I went, people would go, "Oh, look at that little girl!" So we had a really good time. She's like an amazing person. Sally said that when she gets like down, she can call her mother. When I get like frazzled and stressed out, I go to my mother. She gives me such hope because she can take on everything and be so good at it and want to take everybody with her. She's never been the one who wants to only be there by herself. She wants everybody to do it with her. All of her lady friends, all of her. She's got the energy of 20,000 people. It's amazing. And she's happy all the time. She's always wanting to, she says, look, if each generation can't get better, what use is there? She really wants it to be a little bit better every time. And she certainly tried to make my life great. I mean, anything that was possible, she made it possible. She sent me to dancing and baton and singing and, anything that was possible that she thought I might be interested in, she did it. So that I was able to pick and choose. And you see what happened. Whenever she says, aren't you going to get married and get a house? And I go, Mother, you see this? You made it. You better like it.
You know what her father said? He said, they'll say, Becky is really good. Says, well, I'm going to pinch her head off if she's not. All the money I spent on her.
But it was the love, too. I think all of us reflect that. That somebody who loves you like that and cherishes you and nurtures you, it's got to turn out good, no matter what they do, as long as they love you and they give you that basis.
What quality do you now, as adult women, hear someone say who knows your mothers, "Oh, you're just like your mother"?
Yeah. I mean, it happens all the time. My husband tells me that. He says, "You're turning into your mother. I can see it." And sometimes if I walk by a mirror very quickly, I'll for a split second see my mother. And people say that we sound alike. Speak, Mom.
Well, one of the things I think I noticed with myself and where my mother is concerned is my house is becoming more and more junky. And I remember that I used to go to my mother's house and I'd think, oh, why did she throw away half the stuff? And then I have a daughter who comes in and says,
I want half the
Mother.
I tell you, my parents keep everything. An old potato masher. They've had a potato masher since before I was born. And so I told my mother, I said, Mom, let me have this. I would like to have this. She said, then what will I mash potatoes with? And they keep everything.
In 1948, the potato masher. Right. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and we're going to ask these people, at what point did they see their mother as a woman? Right after this.
I'm having a good time. Please don't blame me. I'm knocking myself out. Don't try to tame me. Let me have my fun. Lord, I'm gonna have my fling.
Southern Siding can smash high utility costs with their new energy-efficient insulated replacement windows. No matter what size, Southern Siding will custom-build energy-saving windows to fit your home. Installation is quick and easy, and you'll save on your utility bill both summer and winter. They can even pay for themselves with the money you save. We've shattered high utility costs, and we can put together a deal for you with beautiful insulated replacement windows. Call us today for a free estimate and start saving money tomorrow.
Give Mom something wonderful this Mother's Day. Send her an FTD Blossoms and Bows bouquet. An FTD will make a contribution to the Children's Miracle Network to benefit hospitals for children. How wonderful. Just like your mom. Only from your FTD florist.
Surprise your mother with a fresh flower arrangement or roses in a rainbow of colors from Villeries Florist. Villeries delivers the magic of flowers 7 days a week, local and worldwide. Villeries Florist. 833-3716.
If you're considering contact lenses, welcome to the club, the Contacts Club at Vision Plaza. For just $159, you can join and get all of this. Vision Plaza's professional eye exam, contact lenses, care kit, 3 months follow-up visits, 40% discount on replacement lens, 40% discount on annual eye exam, 15% discount on glasses, sunglasses, solutions, and more. There's no age limit. Anyone can join. The Contacts Club at Vision Plaza.
Someone is always waiting for you at the Vision Plaza.
Friends, here at Dove Herring Ford Chrysler in Picayune, Mississippi, we specialize in late model, nice used cars at prices no one can touch. Like this 1989 Ford Taurus wagon for the low, low price of $69.88. That's right, $69.88 at Dove Herring Ford Chrysler. It's hard to believe, but it's true. Come on over to Dove Herring, where nobody beats our prices. Nobody.
Remember, all Fords are created equal. It's Dove Herring that makes a difference.
As one of my last duties as anchor of the early edition, I would like to congratulate a faithful viewer of this program. Lucy Marion Roberts yesterday received the Mississippi Gulf Coast prestigious Laurel Wreath Award for community service. It's an award that Magnolia Federal Bank has sponsored for the past 25 years. And as a point of personal privilege, I just want to say I'm proud of you, Mom. Until tomorrow, good morning, everyone.
And that is love, and that is pride, and that is also a woman who has become your friend and supporter.
Yes.
But there is a moment, I think, if not many moments, when all of a sudden we as daughters look at our mother, and all of a sudden she is more than that. She is a woman. Do you remember that moment or any of those moments where it hit you?
I guess if there is one moment, well, there's not actually a moment that comes to mind, but I think when I was in college, I began to look at Mom. She was always telling stories. She would always tell me of things that she had gone through, and I went through the same period of rebellion that most kids go through in their teenage years when all I wanted to do was go in my room and I used to know all the Shirelle songs by heart, and I used to sit in there and sing with the Supremes. But when I was in college and I was going through some times of making decisions, I started to realize that this was truly a very, very wise person. And as Becky was saying about her mother and all that she has accomplished, they said during the 70s we were superwomen if we went to work and if we had children. Well, I grew up with a superwoman. This is a woman who worked outside the home as a social worker, a teacher, and I don't know all the other occupations you had, and yet she turned more than a dozen homes into a home. I mean, into a very special place because I'm an Air Force brat. No, not really a brat, right, Mom? But because I grew up in the Air Force, we traveled around a great deal. So I began to realize when I was in college that all of these experiences were relevant to me. And as I have gotten older, and certainly when I became a mother, I realized that it is certainly a great deal of work to be a mom and to do all the things that Mom did. And I tended to take them for granted when I was in the household.
Lillian, you're thinking. I can see it.
Yeah, it's so many things, you know, because, well, I can say this. At 18, actually, that's when my mom and I feel we really became friends. That was the start of a friendship outside of a mother and daughter thing. At 17, there was a recording company that wanted me to sign for a contract to do some music, and I said, oh, I was so excited. I said, oh, come on, we're going to my mom. We're going to talk to my mom. She's going to sign it, man. I'm going to be a star. Well, I went home, and I said, Mama, this is so-and-so, and you talk a little bit. And they talked, and she said, no way. I'm not signing this. You come back when she's 18, and then you have her to sign it, but I'm not signing her life away. Oh. And at 18, actually, I think about a couple of months after this happened, I found out how these people were really, they were not legal at all. And I would have had my name on something that was, that would still probably bind me, you know, because they like to make lifetime contracts. And at 18, when I realized that it was time I stood up on my feet, you know, and looked at her in a different way, it was something special for me. But then it took me even a little bit longer, because when I went away to Europe in '83 to make my own life in a way. And when I went away, my mom and I became absolutely the best of friends, and I never realized that I had a lot of girlfriends in school, but nobody was a friend to me like my mom. And that's when I saw she was always there for us, and she was always mama. But then it was a time that I could speak woman to woman with my mom and my best friend, and she's my best friend. The telephone company can tell you.
Now, you know that Becky is still a child, but she knows you're more than just a mother.
No, definitely. And talking about phone, I call her twice a day, every day, every day.
At 3 o'clock every morning.
When I get home, I have to tell her what everybody had on, what they were doing. But we've been friends since we are the same type of person. So we have a real closeness. I'm not saying I didn't do any rebelling or whatever. I did. But never anything that would hurt her feelings, like I wasn't her daughter, or I didn't love her, or I didn't appreciate her, because I do. And I know all the stuff that she did. And we weren't rich. She did all I got a car when I was 15. They stayed home and took me to get my driver's license. But I was a very sort of responsible person also. So, it was like a trade-off. But she was always there to do everything, and her energy is boundless, just boundless. And that I have gotten from her. People go, your energy on stage. And it's because of her. I got it.
Here's my mom, my vitamin pill.
Right.
Yeah. We also are just thrilled to death that Sally Ann Roberts, Mrs. Roberts' other 2 daughters could come, yes. Some flew all the way in from New York. The gifts that your mother gave you, I mean, and, Sally has been so eloquent, but your mother is a gift, I guess.
Oh, she definitely is a gift. The way we were all so different. Dorothy, myself, Sally Ann, you were shocked when you said a rebellious stage as she went through. We had a tablecloth, and Mom said, where is it? It was on Sally Ann's body. She had cut it and used it as a cake. But you see, it was also, but I'm athletic. We're all so different, and Mother treated us all differently, yet all alike. And she gave me so much that I realize now that at the time, the Roberts children had to come home when the streetlights came on. And we rebelled, but there was no good for us there at night. And so much she would do as far as I'm in journalism now, and I would leave a note thinking I was a good kid, down the street playing Mom, I'll be back for dinner. I would come back and it would be corrected in red ink. It was just, that type of love that she knew that, and now I can't thank her enough for all that she did. And at that time I didn't realize it, but now as an adult I do.
And just the things about love, I think when you have children, I realized when I had my child how much the love that my mother and my father, of course, but when you become a parent, I looked at this child and I went, oh my goodness, this is how much my mother loves me, and it really was very awesome for me. And so, but all of these things that my sisters have said are very true, and some others too, but this is a 30-minute show, so.
I wish we had a whole hour. We're going to meet some other moms and daughters right after this. If you'd like to be a member of our studio audience or find out what topics are planned for upcoming shows, it's as easy as picking up your phone. Just call this number. It's fun, it's free, and it's for anyone who wants to have a good time. Please call right now.
Schwegman's got a hot deal to really perk you up. Community New Orleans blend coffee and chicory is only 99 cents. That's 99 cents. Buy Dawn, Ivory, or Joy liquid dishwashing detergent, $2.39. Here's a great deal on Dial soap and antiperspirants, $1.19 each. And get a jumbo roll of brawny paper towels for a low 59 cents.
Everything checks out better. Check out Schwegman. Check out Schwegman now. at your door by me. Yes, me and I'm in love again.
Discover a whole new way to shop, save, and celebrate. The Plaza. Discover the place with more gifts for Mom.
Tonight, why not go to the Skyroom Lounge, the adult place to meet and socialize. The Skyroom Lounge features live entertainment Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Dance to your favorites from the 50s, 60s, and current pop tunes. Meet your friends for happy hour, 4 to 8, Tuesday through Friday. The adult place to meet, socialize, and dance. The Skyroom Lounge in the Landmark Hotel, Metairie.
We are celebrating motherhood today, and we have more great mothers and daughters. You wanted to say something about your mom, who's standing right here.
One thing I like to say is that I love her, and I'm glad that I have her, but the most important part that she played with me is when I had my baby. Yes. And I became a mom. Now I'm her mom. And those are two of the great things that I can say, but I have a whole lot to say, but those were one of the great things I want to say.
Oh. That's great. Yes.
Well, sometimes my mom thinks that I don't appreciate the things she does for me, but I just wanted to say now in front of everybody that I do appreciate everything, and I love her very much.
Oh, here we go. Okay, we have 2 daughters with their mom.
Yes. We do. Well, what we want to say is that we do love our mom, and we have our own private nurse, not only a mom. So we love her. She takes care of us.
Regardless, yes, that is right. What do you think is the greatest gift you could say your mother has given you in your lifetime?
To be there for us 24 hours a day, no matter what. You know, I call her for me, my children.
Well, that's not.
We love her. We love her.
And she's crying, and I love it. I love it that she's crying. I want to know, was Lillian ever bad?
I think she was entertainer at 4. She would get the other ones to boss them around and sit down and watch me. So.
I was the captain.
Leader. Leadership early.
I always wanted to be the captain.
And there's almost 4 years between her younger sister. She's the 4th, and before the 5th came along, she, I don't think she was too happy about, she thought she was going to be the baby. But she loves that sister, because 6 more came after that.
I understand that not only did you have your own 10, but you would open your house every day after school to an entire school to come over for milk and cookies.
That's right. The Jack's Cookie Man loved my mom.
He thought I had a nursery. I had cookies by the 300, 500 box.
Wow.
And all the kids meet me now, young ladies, and they have kids. How did you give us so much when you had so many? Well, I have 2. I can't afford to keep up with 2. Yeah. But it was an open house. Well, Lillian did all her rehearsing. They still rehearsing at my house.
It's still open, so I'll give you all the address after.
And the cookies are still there.
The beans and the gumbo is great.
And the potato salad.
Yeah, the potato salad, yeah.
Tell them about the bananas.
I'm afraid to ask. This is a 4 o'clock afternoon show. Yes, yes.
I'd like to thank my mom also because she's been with me through thick and through thin. I've been going through in and out of trying to make career decisions. Finally, I've become a nurse, and I owe it all to her. And she's there to take care of my kids whenever I need her, whenever I have to go to work, because I work at night. And I'd like to tell you I love you and thank you.
Oh. But whether you are a rebellious teenager or whatever, we've all had that moment where we were real mad at our mother. Like Lillian was saying, she wouldn't sign that contract. And now, couldn't you just eat those words?
Oh, yeah.
How could you have ever been mad at
I don't think
somebody
there's
who
anybody
only
that can
had
make
your
you
best
happier
interest?
than your mother, or worse than that.
But when you become a parent, you realize, though, just how great a mother's love is. Because now I'm getting back from my children what I gave to my mother. And, you know, the tantrums, mine are 7 and 4. And so I'm going through that stage of minor rebellion. I'm not waiting for the teenage years with great anticipation. But I realize now just how much she loves me, because even when my children make me angry or when they are angry with me, that love is still there.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Yes. I would like to tell my mother Happy Mother's Day. This is one of your Mother's Day presents.
Oh.
But there are times when I just want to, like, really go at her. But she's been there through thick and thin. We've been through hard times and trauma. And to say that I just had one, she's 16 months old. You know, she's been there, and she's...
And what a great role model.
Role
For our
model.
mother. That's right.
Just a role model, best friend,
Oh.
and somebody you can.
I just want to say Happy Mother's Day to all of our mothers, and thank you for being our guest.
Stay tuned for the Ultimate Trivia Challenge. Jeopardy is next on Channel 4. Live from WWL-TV, this is an Eyewitness News Watch.
Good afternoon, it's 4:28. I'm John Snell. Coming up on Eyewitness News at 5, the jury begins deliberating the case of a former New Orleans cop accused of protecting drug dealers.